Okay, I'd like to welcome you to one of our last co-founder meetings for the month of January. Uh, I think let's see here. The next one probably still be in January. Yeah, the 30th. So the 30th will be our last one um, for the month of January. Anyway, so we are excited about the year 2025. It's fast and furious. This year has already, so many things have already happened in the month of January worldwide, and it's really hard to keep up now. So it's hard to keep up with everything going on in the world. It was much easier before, even if it was just a narrative that showed up, for a day, and then a new narrative for the next day. Now the narrative seems to be changing much faster than by the day. There's so many things just coming at us all at the same time. But anyway, what we want to do is we want to bring change to the world, but we want it to be positive change, and we want that positive change to be seen by the masses as an agreement that the changes we propose are positive, right? So we want to hit the chords that matter, and anything that we're doing, regardless of what segment of society a person might find themselves in, that whatever we do as a group of people, we're doing it in a way that it's appealing, regardless of what segment you're in. You know, you could be on the left, you could be on the right, you could be in the middle, you could be up, you could be down, you could be sideways, and just what it doesn't matter. You're gonna love what we're doing because we're doing some good stuff for humanity. All right, so I am recording good. Okay, so let me share my screen. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff on here. Okay, here we go. This is a great song. I'm going to throw this in the Telegram group real quick because this song kind of goes decade by decade, how things have changed so much from decade to decade. Now it almost feels like we're going decade to decade, but a decade only lasts an hour or two. And the changes are so different. Things are really changing fast. Well, regardless of how much the world changes, there's certain things that I think are going to be valuable. Okay. One of them being that when you're making a payment, you actually get something for it. Okay. You know, because we had like an opportunity, and that was the offer. Here's your opportunity. But when people would make their payment, if you go from the time that we started in November of 2023 all the way up till October of 2024, people weren't getting anything. They would make a payment, and they had the opportunity to have other people make payments, and of course that's when you're getting 100%. But now, as of November, you're getting something. So here, you see that on this account here, this is my $1 pool. Okay. So I've made 76 $1 payments so far in the $1 pool. And the first payment was made on November 13th. And when I made that, based on the value of PFI at that time, that worked out to be, it looks like 0.000. So 0.0005572 and so on. Okay. So that's how much coin, $1 worth of coin was worth at that time. Okay. And so that's going to show up in my MetaMask wallet. So it'll just automatically go right into the wallet on the 91st day. Okay. And you can see here that there's menu items here that have been added, date and time distributed. So on the 91st day, a date and time, just like you have a date and time here received, right? This is the date and time here of distributed will show up here, okay? And then the hash, and then the hash will be clickable. You'll be able to click on the hash, and that will take you, for example, if I just go to my wallet here, if I go into activity, when I look at this hash, for example, I go here and it takes me to the blockchain. This is the hash here. As long as you have a hash, it'll bring you to the blockchain, and then it tells you, from and to and how much and everything. Okay. So that's how hashes work. So it will be clickable. Okay. So on the this was day one technically when we started making payments. This is day one. This is day two, the 14th of November, day three. So to be very clear, this amount here, which was the market value of PFI, $1 worth of PFI market value on the original date, okay, November 13th, that exact amount is what will show up probably February 12th, something like that. I think maybe February, might be February 11th, or February 12th, something like that, is when it will be 91 days. So on the 91st day, that amount will show up in my wallet automatic. You don't have to do anything. It's just automatic, guys. The distribution of the coin will go automatically into your wallet. Okay, going to happen one after the other. Okay, so if you skipped a day, it's going to skip a day, right? So if there's any examples of that, right? And that's true for all the coins, not just the $1, but also the $10 PFB, as well as the $100 PFS. Okay, very important you guys know this is going to happen. Okay, you're gonna receive it accordingly. Okay. Uh, do I need to add any more clarity to that? Anybody fuzzy on that part?
So if you paid for, say, like 30 days and then you skip a couple days, you'll get paid those 30 days, 90 days out each, and then you'll skip those few days and then start getting paid again if you started paying again.
Yeah. So a lot of people refer to that as rolling, right? So it's a rolling 91 days. So if there was ever a lack of payments in 90 days previous, right, then those days don't pay out, right? So, but it's going to roll out. So some people think, they see the sum total at the top there and they think, oh, I'm going to get the whole chunk all at once. It doesn't work like that. You're going to get piece by piece, whatever it was, that's how it's structured. Right? Right, David?
Piece by piece, day by day.
Yeah, that's clear, right? Okay. You're the only one that spoke up, so I see some
Yeah.
people nodding their heads saying, I see some of this going on. Yeah, so it's clear. Okay, good. So I really think that this is a massive, not just a small thing. I think this is a massive improvement on our offer. Would you agree or not agree on that one?
Agree.
Yes.
Agree, agree, agree.
Okay, good. So let's talk a little bit about, like I said, I'm going to make a video talking about why such high prices for our coin. Why is that part of the equation, right? I mean, after all, if we wanted to fit in with the rest of the club, you know, Bitcoin would be the high price coin, and everybody else is less than that, right? But the fact is that um, you know, um, this has more to do with control. Okay. So, and the high price has, like, it's an attention getter that works for us. But at the same time, um, it's really not the only factor when you're looking at, you know, an offer in the marketplace. Price is only one element out of several elements. Does that make sense, guys? So it's only one element out of a group of elements that people will use or criteria to analyze or examine an offer in the marketplace. So the beautiful thing about the world we live in today is that anybody can have their own coin. Okay. Take Melania, for example. She's got her own coin now, right? So the First Lady of the United States has her own coin. And is she a programmer? What do you guys think? Is she a programmer?
Absolutely not.
Is she a
Heck no.
is she a cryptocurrency guru?
No.
What do you think?
No.
But
Our husband is a guru.
her
To me,
husband be closer to a guru for sure, right? He understands money probably in crypto a little bit better than Melania. But Melania is a very smart lady, but she has her own coin. And the beautiful thing about this world is you don't need to know you know, uh, how to build the technology from scratch. Okay. So in the case of our coins, it's pretty much what we call straight vanilla Binance coin. Okay. So if you look at like most of your tokens, or it's another term for coins is because they call them tokens. But in the creation process of a coin, right, you're going to start with the idea of a token, and you're basically laying out the structure of it. And frankly, there's only about 2 or 3 decisions you need to make if you want a straight vanilla, right? And and um and and if you basically go along with the most common in those questions, when you answer those questions, most common, then you end up with something that doesn't take any coding at all. All it is like, here's all the code. It's already pre-written, right? It's already done. You copy it, you put it into, a coin maker app. I don't want to get into too many details here, but, um, everybody builds these coins on the same app, okay, for Binance, okay? So so you can copy it, paste it, and then put it on the blockchain just like that. And then you go to Pancake Swap and you can throw some liquidity on it, and now you've got a coin. You can literally create a coin in. I've seen somebody demonstrate it in 3 minutes. I saw a YouTube video. Someone created a copy and paste coin in 3 minutes. Okay, and I think they did like $1 of liquidity, right? So they put $1 liquidity for their coin. They put one coin up and $1, and then boom, they had a coin. And so yeah, that's the world we live in today. Okay, you could all have your own coin. Okay, so it ain't about the technology, because most of the coins are going to be pretty close to vanilla. In fact, the further you get away from vanilla, the more that they get scrutinized over time, and because you can put taxes on it. There's all kinds of things you can do to be favorable to the seller, but not so much for the buyer, and vice versa. So we have a straight vanilla coin, but at the same time, we can control a couple of things when it's in the market, and that is we can adjust the price because of supply and demand. By having a very tight supply, we get a higher price. And by establishing some demand, we've been able to achieve prices as we've seen it over $300,000 multiple times on PFP, for example. So we've gotten up to 300,000 multiple times, and we are going to get to our price targets. But here, when a person is looking let's say we got a trader that has nothing to do with pool funding. They just come across our coin. They found it on, maybe they it would just hit their list of charts to look at, you know, and okay, so I was just reading what Hunter wrote. Anyway, so um, the um, yeah, so let's say that a regular trader who's into buying and selling cryptocurrency, they come across our chart, they see the very high price, and then they see the daily volume, and then they see the liquidity, and they're going to go pass. Okay, we're not interested right now in appealing to outsiders. Okay, so we can have our own coin out there, right? And the cost of creating a coin and putting it out there, nominal. I think I've illustrated that. There's very very small cost associated with starting a coin. Okay, but then it's who controls the coin after that. So once you put it in the market, any coins that you make available, they're basically in the market at that point. Okay, so you don't have control over what's in the market. So if an outsider comes and they grab up a bunch of your coin because they like what you got, later on, the same people that maybe weren't part of your team, your original team or your culture, they could come in and crash the whole thing because they got power. Does that make sense, guys? So this is why we're not interested in outsiders accumulating the coin. We're not playing this for the short run. Pool funding is not, if you look at the overall design of what we're doing, you'll see evidence after evidence after evidence after evidence that by design, you don't come out ahead playing this short, playing this in the short run. Okay, everything is built for the long run, right? So when we establish daily cash flow, we don't want that to end. I got to turn off my Telegram. Hang on a second. Dinging in my ear. Okay. We don't want, once a cash flow is coming in daily, we don't want that to end after a little while, right? We want that to continue decade after decade after decade. Am I right, guys?
Yep.
Okay. That's what everybody wants, right?
Yes.
We want to set something up and to take care of us until they ready to put us in the ground.
Residual income.
Okay? Right? We want something that's long-term passive residual, right? That's what we want. But if we expose ourselves to outsiders, outsiders could then, here's what I've noticed with a lot of other great projects. And I don't want to name names, but there's some great crypto projects out there, wonderful stuff. Okay. But they've sent out so much coin, just to kind of, pull together the money that they needed in order to pay for the developers that they needed in order to, take the idea that they had and really make it happen. But the problem with these ideas is that they're never finished. Okay. That's the problem with, technology is that there's always the next thing, right? You don't just build a piece of software, throw it out there, and it's good for the next 50 years. That just doesn't happen right now, right? But what happens is that I've seen good companies, they got initial finance from their coin to put something great together, and then the outsiders who are only in it for themselves, who bought up their coin, they start selling off the coin right? In a mad rush to beat the next guy who's, they're trying to beat the next guy that's going to sell, right? Beat him to the punch, and what they call it, take profits, right? And then what happens is that the value of the coin is so undervalued, it's oversold. And yes, the the main central company, if you will, behind that coin, they have a lot of coins still, but it's so oversold that if they need more money, then they'd have to sell a large amount of that coin, okay, in order to, fund what they want to do. And then that takes a bad problem and it makes it worse. So they went from oversold to really oversold, and then they're caught. They're stuck. They're stuck with a great idea, but no way to keep funding it because the coin has already been oversold. Does that make sense? So this whole idea of starting cheap, now you could buy 1,000 coins today for $10, right? Later on, that burns them. That burns those companies because when they really start wanting to crack in, the price never got to where they wanted it to go. It might have spiked up there for a minute, but then it fell back down quickly. And that's because speculators are not really that loyal, especially, outside speculators. So if they're part of a team, they're loyal. But if they're just in it for, trading, they're trading this for that, and they don't even know much about the projects they're trading in. They just like what they see in the charts, or so, certain elements of their little checkpoints that they have. It meets their checkpoints, then they buy into it. So quite on purpose, we do not want to, people buying our coin from the outside because they have no idea what we're doing. Okay. So this is on purpose. That's today. Later on down the road, we'll be interested in them, but that's after we're established and we've actually, we've become solid, and we can afford them to come in. But by that point, we have established that we're not a low price coin ever. So by the time those outsiders come in, I mean, they're lucky if they can pick up our coin for $300,000, any one of them, like that'd probably be the cheapest one, be 300,000 for one coin. And even if there was one coin available, that's how much they had to come up with in order to have one coin. And so we'd never have to worry about an outsider crashing full funding of what we're trying to do. You understand the thinking there?
Kind of.
Okay. And at the same time, if you look at our supply, like if you take a meme coin, a lot of these meme coins have endless supply. Like they're just, like Doge, the dog coin, right? Um, that one just keeps adding more coin all the time. Okay. So it's like an endless amount of coin. And so you could have 100,000 of these coins, but it might only be worth $1, even though you have hundreds of thousands of them, right? They're kind of meaningless. Um, Funny thing is, Deutsch was a joke. It was basically a joke coin. It was like, hey, I see what you're doing, Bitcoin. Well, here's a copy of what you're doing. Here, we'll put a dog on it. It was meant to be a joke, right? And then it took off. And then it became a serious community afterwards. But anyway, um, with our coin, PFI for the $1 pool, there's 10 million coins. Bitcoin, 21 million. So 10 million is far less than 21 million, right?
Yep.
So for the long term, you want to have a high price for the long term, then that means that uh, you have to be more scarce than what's typically out there. And Bitcoin is considered one of the most scarce coins out there compared to Ethereum or any of these other Litecoin, any of these other ones. Bitcoin is 21 million. It's pretty scarce. So, yeah. Long term, we want that because why? Because for for your individual wealth creation, you're the insiders. You're not from the outside. You're the insiders. You know what we're trying to do here. Your wealth creation, you better point to your wallet and say, "Look, hey, look, I'm a co-founder. I ended up getting a whole coin. Yeah, I got this whole coin here. Yeah, I got a whole PFB. Yeah, I got a whole PFB coin here, right? And it's worth $1 million, right? It's worth $1 million. And then you get your co-founder bonus. You get 10 more coin, and each one of them are worth $1 million. So now you're looking at your wallet. Your wallet says that you are worth $11 million. How does that feel?
Yeah, good.
Awesome. Incredible.
That feels good, right?
It's almost unbelievable. Yeah.
And what if your cash flow was only $1 million a year? You know, well, I'm
Oh,
worth
geez.
11 million, but I'm only cash flowing $1 million a year. You know, I got 4 people. They're paying me $1,000 a day. That's all I could do. You know, but hey, those 4 people are going to pay me. You know, even after I'm dead, they're going to keep on paying. You know, so my heirs are going to be collecting it after I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? A million a year in cash flow. And you know, eventually this 11 million over here turns into, you know, maybe it turns into 22 million or 33 million, right? I mean, if you don't sell it, if you've got $1 million of cash flow, why would you need to sell it, right? Fact is, later on you could borrow against it. Okay, you could leverage it. That's the truth of having an asset. An asset like that gives you power to leverage. You never have to sell it. What do you think? What's his name? MicroStrategies. What's that guy's name? Michael Saylor? Is it Saylor or Staylor? Or... You guys know who I'm talking about? Am I talking over your heads?
No. Yeah, you're talking over Ed.
I've heard of Michael Saylor. He's very wealthy. If you're talking about someone very wealthy.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest buyers of Bitcoin. Okay,
Yeah, that's MicroStrategies.
MicroStrategy, and he doesn't sell Bitcoin. He only buys it, but he borrows, and he can actually get loans from the bank using the Bitcoin as an asset. Like, hey, that's like collateral. That makes sense, guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So he doesn't
Yeah.
have to sell his Bitcoin. All right, Joe, you get your hand up.
Yeah. Just one point to make, or just a question about, where we are now with the value of each of our coins compared to where we want to bring them to.
Yeah.
It's still a possibility that we can have some outsiders come in and buy up coin and then sell them relatively quickly.
To a point, and I'm gonna show you what the limitation is for an outsider.
Okay, yeah, that would be good to know, I
Yeah,
think, because I've had people ask me that.
yep. I will definitely do that in a moment here.
Yeah, sure.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so there's multiple reasons we want our coins to be high valued. So I'm gonna make a little short 3 minute video, kind of boom, 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 put it out there. But you guys are getting kind of the longer version of it in this video here that we're recording, because you guys need to understand there's you know, we want to build without the you know, the disturbance or the lack of peace of mind of what's going to happen to us, right? We want to eliminate as many negative things that could happen to us. By having a high price, we protect ourselves. Does that make sense, guys? Okay,
Yep.
it's protecting us. All right, so let me share my screen. All right, let's use PFS for an example here. How many PFS coins are there, guys? You guys know how many PFS coins there are?
100,000
500,000. 500,000.
Didn't you say 1 million?
million.
Nope. Nope.
10,000.
Half a million.
You guys are all over the place, but you're not quite
2
there.
million. Is it 2 million?
PFS.
100,000.
So let me find right here. PFS. This
How
is
many coins he's asking, not the
Oh, yeah,
actual
100,000.
value
so
he's shooting for.
you see that here? You see the supply, the total, how many coins there are? So there's
100,000.
100,000 PFS coins. That's for the $100 pool. Okay. You see that there?
Right.
Yes.
Some of you are on a phone. Those of you that are looking at this on a phone, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal.
Barely.
I can see this.
It's pretty small, probably, but it's there. That's 100,000 coins.
I just expanded.
Now, right here, if I go to my wallet, okay,
Yep.
if it's in the wallet here, right, there's 99,999, right? In other words, this is the same wallet address, right? You see that wallet address? That's
Yeah.
if it's sitting in my wallet, can someone buy these coins from the market if they're sitting in my wallet?
No.
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 That's
Nope.
right.
Nope.
So technically, how many coins are out there in the market on PFS?
That's it.
A tiny amount.
Only
100,000.
100,
only
100 grand.
only one coin.
Just one
That's
coin.
it.
There's only one coin.
What? Crazy.
Okay, there's only one coin. So yeah,
Okay.
there's 100,000 of them, but I'm sitting on 99,999 right here.
Oh, okay.
Full transparency.
Wow.
Okay,
It's amazing.
okay. You know what, guys? I'm also sitting on this right here. 0.347. That's the number 2 holder. That's over here in the guarantee wallet. Okay. PFS. See that? 0.347. 0.347. You see that?
Yep.
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 All right. How are these people? How's someone going to be able to buy the coin if I'm holding them all? You understand?
They can't,
You
they
get
can't
it?
unless they come to you and you sell it to them.
They'd have to come to me, but outside of coming to me, if they're buying off the market, so in
Nope.
other words, outsiders, they don't know me,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
An outsider,
Right.
an outsider only has access to the market, and that's all they have. And guess what? Pancake Swap says there's 7% of a coin that it's actually willing to, trade with. And there's a contract down here for another 1%. So basically the 7 plus the 1, that's a little over 8%. There's a little bit about 8% of a coin that the market, so as long as the rest of you guys here that part of the 90 holders, right, the rest of you don't sell, they can't get in your wallet either. If you don't sell, then that means that the only place that they can get the coin is from that pile and this pile. These are the 2 piles,
That's it.
this pile
Limited.
here and that pile there. That's the only place they can buy from, right?
Yep.
That's it.
It's limited. Small amount.
It's very limited, which means that if someone wants to take a coin that's already worth, I don't know, last time I looked, it was like 17,000. Let me take a look at where it's right now. PFS, PFS, PFB. Yeah, 17,174 right now. Okay. So if they want to buy, there's only 8%. So if they wanted to buy that entire 8%, it would basically make them buy it in little pieces, and they'd probably have to spend $2 million, right, to get all of it. Okay?
Oh,
You get it?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Ace, you can
Yeah.
you can make your own token, but you control how it's on the market.
Yeah, you can control the supply. The main thing that as a creator of a token you have, the main power you have is supply. That's the main power you have.
Okay.
And so the strategy we have here isn't the quick, look, most of your crypto projects, most of them don't expect to live longer than a month. Okay? Like
Yeah.
99.99% of all crypto projects, most of them are begin and end within a month. Okay, guys? That's the truth. Okay?
The
And so
key.
most people are they're for a fast buck, right? And yeah, I know all about that stuff. And yeah, I could make fast bucks if I want to, but I'm not doing this for the market. I'm doing this for the cash flow, right?
Yeah.
The real deal here is cash flow, not just for me,
Yes.
but for humanity. We want humanity to have daily cash flow. Imagine a world where everyone in the world has access to solid daily cash flow. Would that be a better world to
Yes.
live in?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Now, when you live in a world where
Money
where 99%
to
of
be
the
able
people come
to
again, what?
buy groceries in Canada.
Someone's talking, I don't know who.
I said you might be able to buy
Less poor from
Canada.
Canada.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Les, okay. Hey, Les. Yeah. So think about this. If you have a world,
Sorry about that.
you got a kind of a choppy connection, Les. It's like I can't
Yeah,
100% make out what you're saying.
I'll hang up.
Okay. Anyway, so if you live in a world where that 99% of the people have no money, okay, and they need money in order to survive, does it make sense that that's a world that's full of crime, poverty, and war? You get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right? But if everybody in the world had more than enough money to meet their daily needs, the same day that they got the money, was more than enough than what they'd ever need for that day, right? And they didn't have to just eat rice and beans. They could have filet mignon if they wanted to. It's, maybe they go for lobster. It's up to them, right? But they have more than enough to eat well, live well. I call this the luxury economy, by the way. But imagine a world where everyone eats what they want to eat. They they wear what they want to wear, right? They go
Yeah.
where they want to go because everyone has enough money to do that. And it's cash flow. Okay. The problem with wealth creation is you got to sell something over here, right? In order to get it out, right? Real estate, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, right? So wealth creation is cool, but cash flow is better. You get my point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we're trying to do is we're creating a situation where there's going to be 10,000 of you, and you guys will become the plunge protection team for our coin. Okay? Because you'll be cash flowing a lot of money every day that if the price ever goes on sale, you buy it up real quick. You, 10,000 of you,
I'm one.
co-founders.
I'm one of the 10,000.
That's it. And you become part of the plunge protection team, right? So that the
Yep.
price doesn't go below the value that we said it's going to go. If you watch that video, it doesn't go below $250,000 for PFI. It doesn't go below 500,000 for PFB. It doesn't go below $1 million for PFS. There's only one coin out there for PFS. I showed it to you. You know, and
Yeah.
like 60% of that coin's floating around. The other 40% is in my wallet. Okay, so not even a whole coin is floating around. Okay, so that's going to shoot up to 2 million, but we got to keep the price above $1 million. And then as you guys start getting your 91st day reward or 91st day of your staking matures, right? As each of those things that you paid for when you bought the coin by making a daily payment, right? As that starts to show up, that takes little bits and pieces, right? We don't want like 100 of you to get paid one whole coin, right? It should be more like 1,000 of you or 10,000 of you getting a whole coin. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because we want to issue those coins slowly. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is why we want the high price. And it won't take much. It's just a trigger point. As soon as we hit a trigger point, okay, it's called psychology. So as soon as the membership psychology flips onto greed, okay, right now there's a bit of fear in the current community, but when it flips from fear to greed, then all of a sudden you'll see the price of all of our coins go straight up to their price target. Okay, it's going to happen. So I think that trigger point is going to have a lot to do with what I'm doing anyway. Is I'm going to be producing paid signups much faster than ever before, right? And my goal is to produce a paid signup the same day that it's paid for. So you pay today, you get your signup today. That's going to trigger everything. Okay. But you don't have to wait for that. The greed factor I'm talking about could actually come in a little bit earlier than that, because then some of you are not going to be satisfied being on the low end of the totem pole inside in the group, us, our team. Okay. I don't want to use the word insiders, but it has a negative meaning in the investment community, right? But you guys are in the know. You know what's going on, and we're putting the information out in the public, so we're not hiding anything. So technically, everything's fine. Okay. So for those that care to know, they can watch this video. They have all the details. It's very transparent what we're doing. But it's all for the intent to lift up you so that together we lift up humanity. So it's going to take 10,000 co-founders working hard to lift up 1 million partners, which will be working hard to lift up humanity. Okay? We're going to lift humanity through the concept of cash flow, daily cash flow. And we're providing real value in return, right? So we'll have a store. People will be buying our coins so that they can get stuff out of the store. Eventually we'll be able to sell anything, but it takes time to mature like that. That's, years down the road. But in the early stages, if it's digital, we can sell it right away. Anything digital, we can put that in our store. So does the co-founder opportunity make more sense right now to you?
Yes.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Did I clear it up for some of you?
Yep.
Don't worry about what the price is today, guys. It has no meaning. Okay, our coins are all on sale right now, like 90% discount right now. Okay, it's a good deal right now. Anybody who's smart and has some money, they can go to the market and they can buy it, right? But it's going to happen either way. Okay, it's going to happen either way because what we have is we know that you and you and you and also you and you and you and you, all of you, we know that you want daily cash flow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Is there anybody
Yeah.
absolutely.
here that said, no, don't give me any cash flow. I don't need it. Anybody here like that?
Is anybody like to get out of the room right now?
There's 45 of us here. Is there anybody saying no to daily cash flow?
Oh,
All right.
And
Yes to
nobody,
daily cash flow. Yes.
yeah,
All
Not
and
right.
no
no.
one I've ever asked hey, could you use some extra money? And they said no.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. People want extra money, but more powerful than that is daily cash flow because I could have you mow my lawn and I'll give you $10 for that. How's that sound? There's some extra money for you. But it's not every day I'm going to have you come mow my lawn. But
Not for $10.
you know, with this, you might have to chop a banana tree down or two, but other than that, over here in the Philippines, the lawns are a little bit different. But anyway, um, so daily cash flow is what people want. We are now able to offer that better than we ever have before. Okay. If you take what things were from November of 2023 till October of 2024, the old pool funding, it was about cash flow, but the the trade-off, the trade-off was weaker. Okay. Today, the trade is golden. You're not, think of it like this. You're not just offering them um, a dollar for dollar offer. Okay. You're not offering that. At the very least, you're offering them 11 times whatever they pay at the very least, right? The original plus the bonus on top of it. Okay. So right now, if you say, hey, I want you to pay me $10 a day and you're going to get $110 in return for that. Okay. I want you to pay me every day $10 every day. Okay. And every day in return, you're going to get $110. Yes. Who's in? Right. That's a good deal. The co-founder bonus puts you in the seat of saying, I anticipate you'll get the bonus. You'll become a co-founder. Join us today. I anticipate you're going to get it. And then the partners is 5x. That's still a great deal. You know what I'm saying? Still a great deal. They pay and then they get 6 times, right? Whatever they pay. And that's good for 1 million people. So 1,000,000 10,000. That's going to be our massive plunge protection team. So the price of our coins never, ever, 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 ever go down. How about that?
Okay.
Yes. That's great.
They never go down beyond the range you're shooting for. They will go down and they will go up, but within a
Yeah,
controllable, acceptable range.
yeah, exactly. So and that's going to be it's going to be a climbing, basically the bottom of our range here. The bottom of it is going to be on an escalator going up. Okay. Because in my opinion, the bigger our community is, the more valuable it is. Can we agree on
Right.
that? If there's 50 of us now, but tomorrow there's 50,000, a group of 50,000 is more valuable than a group of 50. Would you guys agree on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So why wouldn't the value of our coin also be higher? Right?
Yes.
And imagine people that are, getting solid cash flow every day, yeah, like big money, okay, thousands of dollars daily, that don't actually spend thousands of dollars daily. Imagine this. Imagine people that spend tens of dollars daily, but are collecting thousands of dollars daily. How easy it is for them to be part of a plunge protection team to keep the value of our coins high. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Imagine one
Yeah.
million, 10,000 of those people. Imagine it. Okay. And then we basically say, guys, we got 5 million people in our community right now. I think PFI should be worth $1 million. You know, PFI should be worth at least $1 million. Do you guys agree? Plunge protection
Yes, sir.
team comes together. We
Yes, sir.
agree. Okay, right? And then it's still market. It's still the market, isn't it? The market? It's just the market. But it's just that we as a community that wants the, I'm just telling you, I can see where we're going. And when people catch on to the idea that the world has been doing everything backwards, and that's why everybody is so messed up, because the focus was always, you know, the bigger fish eating the next fish, right? Think about this guy right here. He eats this guy right here, but behind this guy is a bigger fish eating that fish, right? That's the world we live in right now, right? You guys agree?
Uh-huh.
And up there in the bigger fish is the government, you know. So, but you got these choke points, and so basically everybody feels small in that world, right? Because you're always looking behind your back, like who's going to eat me, right? That's not good. That's a bad structure, right? It's a better structure to have a world where, like, we are proud of our species, you know, we're proud to be human. We take, we, it's like we care about, what we do, right? And as a species, we want to behave in a way that shows that we're intelligent, right? And that we're above the animal kingdom, you know, and that we're not, you know, barbarians, barbaric, that we're actually more than that, better than that. But it's not going to happen from the top down, guys. Sorry. Some of you that might believe a certain guy's in the right place now and that everything's going to be fine. No, it's not. Sure,
Yeah.
there might be some improvements. Okay. Hey, if he gets rid of the IRS, that'd be a big improvement. But he's just one guy, and nothing's going to happen from the top down, guys. Nothing real will happen from the top down. It has to be from the bottom up. You, starting to understand that if we do things the right way, we actually project value, right? Instead of analyzing what is, we project something bigger than what is. Okay? This is why I've always said, you've heard me say this before, that belief is more powerful than knowledge. Now, there'll be people that would say, we'll debate you on that one. Okay? But I can make points like, hey, even if the belief is not based on the truth, if enough people believe it, it tends to have a self-fulfilling prophecy effect anyway, even if it's not true, right? That's the power of belief. And that's why when we're projecting, we don't want to project to equal what we think what is. We want to project what we want to be larger, right? Put yourself bigger out there, not smaller. Don't try to be equal. Don't try to say, how do people see me? And that's how I want to project myself. No, instead, what's the ideal way for people to see you? Project that. Project your ideal, even if you know you can't live up to it. You're not an imposter. You're still just, but the point is that it's your life, right? And if you don't value you, how could you expect anybody else to have hold you in higher esteem than yourself? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So again, if we do this the right way, it starts at the individual level and it grows up from there. It catches on to the community level, grows up from there. It starts to have a worldly impact, okay? And it hits the species. And we get the species level, okay? And we get to the point where we actually change the whole resonance at the level of species, because it's about having value, okay? So we're going to be illustrating that in mathematics, because if you look at the coins and all that's mathematical, right? Value can be measured in math very easily. So we want our coins to be 500,000, million, and 2 million right now. We want that to happen right away, because in my mind they're worth more than that anyway. Right now they're worth more than that anyway. See, in my mind. And when all of you that are in the community, join me in the way that I think about it, and instead of trying to project what is, project what you want it to be. It'll be so much easier for us to get everything to go where we want it to go. And then at the individual level, your daily cash flow is your reward for changing your mind. Okay? Another thing I've always said, okay? And I know this is going to offend some of you, okay? But poverty is a mental condition. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? Poverty is a mental condition.
Very much agreed.
Agree.
What would happen if all of the poor people in the world changed their mind? Right?
Would be more people.
Change the
There would be
condition.
no lower class.
There'd be no
It
poverty.
changed the world also. No poverty.
A world where poverty doesn't exist because nobody buys into it anymore. Right?
Yes.
Poverty is absolutely a person at the individual level devaluating themselves because they've accepted outside programming to come in, and they believe it, and say they accept it as knowledge, and they walk around with "I am poor," right? And as long as you walk around with the mental condition "I am poor, I am poor," okay, you get it? I am poor. You're doing it to yourself. You get it? Why would you do that to yourself? That's not a nice thing to do to yourself, right? You'd be better off saying, I am rich, I'm wealthy, I'm powerful, I am beautiful, I am awesome, right? Is that arrogance? Is that being narcissistic? No. That's you believing in you. Plus, a lot of you forgot what you are. All you got to do is remember what you are, and everything I just said is true for all of us. Okay. I hope someday all of humanity wakes up and says, "Oh, now I remember." We all go, "Now we know what we are." Because as soon as that happens, poverty, war, crime, I mean, all the garbage that we don't like, gone, 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 gone. Okay. And then some really cool stuff, the gifts and the multiple talents that come afterwards are pretty amazing. Anyway, this is a stepping stone into higher thinking. Okay. You got to elevate your mind. You got to elevate your spirit. You need to elevate it, because if you don't elevate it, no one's going to do that for you. Okay. I mean, I can influence you for a minute or two, but I can't actually be the one that lifts you. You just have to agree to be lifted, but that agreement comes on you as an individual. And one by one, we'll get 10,000 of you that will agree you are co-founder material. Okay. And then after that, we'll get 1 million of you to agree you are partner material. And you are going to be rewarded big time. Watch that video over and over again. You'll see what I'm talking about. And realize that we don't care what the price of the coins are right this second, because a week from now, they could all be at the right target price, maybe 2 weeks from now. It don't even matter. If it's a week or 2 weeks, who cares? It ain't going to be much longer. And all the values of those coins will be at the price that they need to be, and they will stay above where they're supposed to be because the plunge protection team is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why you'll be able to count on it. Okay. All right. That was a very long lecture today. I'm open to feedback. Am I striking you where I need you? Is it resonating? Am I getting through to you guys?
Ace, can you do me a favor and clarify plunge protection? Because I've never heard that term in my life.
Yeah, there was a universe I was in that they were using that term back in the Reagan times, but anyway, it didn't carry over into this universe. But they had certain people on Wall Street that if the price of the markets would get too low, then there were people that would come in and buy it up, you know. So, but
So that's all.
they were kind of a secret group of people that would protect the market from falling too far too fast.
Okay. Okay.
Because it was kind of a disaster going from Carter to Reagan. There was a whole mess, economic mess happening at that point. There was stagflation and other things, and then things shifted all the other way, and people got really upset with the idea of trickle down economics, and the prosperities that was enjoyed in the 90s was in largely due to the fact that the market was being upheld somehow. Something kept that market going up and up, even though there was a lot of, you know, a lot of corruption. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's I've been looking for. I did a Google search and I can't find it now. So I just remember it. It's part of my Mandela. Are you familiar with the Mandela effect?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Mandela effect for me. So wherever I came from, I got a question for you, Gregory Jones. Mandela effect question. In the Milky Way galaxy, where is Earth located?
I think I think we're on the far edge.
Mhm. Okay, well, in the universe where I came from, that was also true, the far edge. But now we're in the center. Go look it up. Earth is in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. We're not on the far edge.
Okay, then I remember wrong.
No, you don't remember long. It's just you're in a different timeline. So again, when you start to understand what you are, some of this Mandela stuff will start to make sense, why things are the way they are. It's very strange. you know. Anyway, so yeah. Do you like that term, plunge protection team? Do you like the term?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So if for some reason there's a big, something sucking out our money, the team that will go in there and stop it from happening because they have the means from lots of cash flow to come in and soak up whatever is being sucked out, right? So that the price doesn't drop below where we want it to be, right? That's it, guys. I mean, and then as long as the coins go out really nice and slow over the next 100 years, right? As long as they drip out little tiny pieces, right? They drip out to the world. And then most people that are sitting on the coin, other than using it to maybe buy stuff, but they don't actually sell it. They might use it as a currency, but they don't necessarily use it to sell off in the market. See, when you sell something in the market, that makes the price go up or down, so depending on what's happening, if more USDT is coming in or less, up or down. All right, David, you got your hand up.
Yes. So back to, oh, you're still recording. You want to record this, though, the concern that I had?
No,
Or
I,
address
I, I
that?
wanted, I wanted to address it on a recording. Yeah.
Okay.
What's the concern?
That there's quite a bit of criteria to reach that. I mean, as there sort of kind of should be.
What is the criteria? There's only two conditions, but what do you think it is?
Well, each of the three coins got to reach it and stay
Yeah.
there. So that's something in itself right there, three different coins.
Yeah.
And then there's all the people that are involved, those that are, willy-nilly and want to sell for $100 or something instead of holding on to it to have the tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, even though you've got control of a lot of the coin, there's what little you don't have control over that's already out there that can still kind of mess us up as it's already happened.
Well, behind the scenes, I'm working with some people that they're not small. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the people that already know could get the price of all three coins right where we want it. And even if everybody else sold their coin, they could buy up everything that's out there. They could buy the entire supply, and they wouldn't be willing to sell. So that problem's already solved. The problem you're bringing up.
Well, that's good.
Because
Good to know.
yeah, yeah,
It's
because
very much a good thing, the controlled coin
it
situation.
doesn't take over $3 million to get all three of our coins where they need to be. I mean, right now it might take $50,000 to get all three coins right where they need to be. That makes sense because of the algorithm.
Yes.
Okay. So if some people take profits, again, I've already got people that are ready to go, and of course I want to expand on that. I'm never done, right? But yeah, so we're going to be able to get the price where we want it to be. That's not an issue. I just want to meet the objective of filling orders fast. To me, that makes them feel better and I feel better and we all feel better, right? Because that's the one question mark about the whole opportunity, because the community so far has underperformed, okay, when it comes to team building. So David, you and everybody else out there collectively have underperformed in the task of building a team fast. You understand? That's been the question.
I do.
That's been the main question. I've been working on solving that myself, right? So, and I want you guys to help me. So anybody that feels the call, to build quickly, you should, right? Because I could probably learn from whatever you're doing and duplicate it more, further out. So we all benefit if we grow fast. Fast growth, everything's a cakewalk after that. So yeah, there's three coins, but so what? If the cost of raising three coins to where we need it to go is 50,000, I saw us do that in there's a video where we launched the PFS coin, and I would say, there could have been about maybe there was at least 30,000, but it could have been $50,000 that went into pumping that coin all the way to, I think we hit 125,000, something like that, in the first 2 hours of launching the coin. You remember that? But I think we had over 100 people on that particular call, right? and we're really excited about pumping up PFS, and it shot right up there. So, yep. So there you go. So with the combination of the fast growth, that's what will keep the coins. It makes it so the coin stays up there longer, because people, when they understand the bonus isn't about getting something out of thin air. You have to have something to get something, right? If you've got zero, you get zero, right? So 10 times zero is still zero, isn't it? Right? You have to have something to get 10 times whatever that is. So people are going to buy the coin. They're going to buy more than what they're collecting by making their payments every day. They're going to go to the market, and that's going to help everything. So there's only two conditions. We hit the price target, condition one, and then we keep the price above, the stated amount. That's condition two. Those are the two conditions. And that's it. Any other conditions, David?
Based on what you said, no, but it seemed like there was a lot of other stuff when you first started explaining it, days or weeks ago or what have you.
Now, that's why I wanted to put it into a video. So you can go back to the longer version, the one that's called Bonus on the YouTube channel. That's like an hour and 20 minutes. And yeah, you'll see that the video that's 5 minutes today, it summarizes perfectly what was said in that meeting. So,
Okay, that's what I'll do.
yeah, you can compare the two. But now you have a great offer. When you go talk to people and say, hey, join pool funding and give me money every day. Okay. Well, what do I get if I give you money every day? Well, you're going to get 11 times whatever you're paying me. What? Yeah. You'll pay me, you're going to get something, and then a year from now, you're going to get 10 times that. So that's 11 times. That's a good deal, right? That's a pretty good offer to put out there. And
Very
basically,
much so.
you're basically saying, give me cash flow and I'll give you wealth creation, right? You pay me as a co-founder, right? Because I'm taking an ownership, mindset here. I'm one of the owners of pool funding, right? I want you guys to look at it that way. Kathleen, you're one of the owners of pool funding. David Wati, one of the owners of pool funding. David, one of the owners. Scott Worswick, one of the owners of pool funding, right? The co-founders, same thing. You think like an owner. So when you're selling coin, okay, you didn't need to buy it. You're already an owner of it, right? You don't need to buy something you already own, right? So you're getting 100% commission. So it all justifies. Does that make sense, guys? Everything's justified because this is like an employee-owned company, right? That's all part of that video. So watch the video again, and it will start to make a lot more sense when you start to think in terms of you're not just some peon in somebody else's deal that you're hoping to make money on their deal, right? In pool funding, you're recognized as like owner level. Okay. How do you want to be? Who wants to be a peon and who wants to be an owner? You tell me. Peon or owner?
Owner.
Oh,
Owner.
Owner.
You guys want to be owners, right? Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, this is it. You got it now. You're owners.
owner.
You're this is the driver's seat, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I want your kind of money. Then I'll be really a owner.
Well, in a way, you might have an advantage over me in the sense that
Yeah,
you get to enjoy all the benefits, but you don't have the costs, per se, right? So,
I can never catch up to your level, bro.
ah, this is a level playing field. The only difference is that when the programmer needs to be paid, you're not the one paying them directly. I am. I'm the one paying the programmer, right? When the bill for the servers comes due every month, I'm the one paying that bill, right? So so basically, I'm the accountant, or I'm the bookkeeper, or I'm whatever you call that. What's it called? Um, Receivables, payables, and receivables, right? I'm that guy.
Yeah, but they come back to you tenfold.
But yeah, according to my wallet, I'm worth, hundreds of billions of dollars right now, according to my wallet. So compared to your wallet and my wallet, it feels good to be looking at that. Says here
Can
I'm
I
worth
switch? Can I
hundreds
switch
of
wallet?
billions. What's that?
Can I switch wallet with you?
Yeah, that's the idea. The idea is to get you to the point. If you take my idea of pool funding way out to the future, then we go to the point where you should all have your own coin. That's what I think. I think each one of you should have your own coin and should be part of your identity, you know.
Mm.
But we're too early to talk about that right now.
Ace, is pool funding coming out with a debit card?
Any coin can be attached to a debit card, you know what I'm saying? So you can just
Yeah,
use
but I'm talking a crypto. I'm talking about a crypto card, crypto debit card.
yeah, you can go to for $5 you can buy one from there's no profit in it, man. There's no value in offering a piece of plastic, you know.
No?
You can go to
Hmm.
crypto.com, right? You can go to crypto.com and get one of their cards, and then you can load the BNB into it. You know what I'm saying? I think even the USDT you might be able to load the USDT into it, and then you can spend it, right? It's only $5.
Just
Yeah,
B&B.
and that's available worldwide. Was that Greg?
Only B&B.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just
Oh, only BNB. Okay, only BNB.
Yeah, they stopped supporting USDT on the Binance chain a while back.
Ah, okay, got it.
No, that sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, getting a card is not is that's the easy part. Um, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But the U.S. appears on one hand to be becoming more friendly in the crypto space right now. I hope
Well,
that
thanks to our
I hope
president.
I hope so. What's that?
Thanks to our president.
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
He's a diehard. He's a diehard crypto fan.
Yeah. My viewpoint is a little bit more. I'm a libertarian more than most people are. The way I look at things. So I look at the coming and going of presidents and other people in office more from a kind of like it's the puppet show today. So
Yeah,
I'm
you're
I'm
right
I,
about that.
I'm not attached to who's in there. I just
Go
want to
through the
make sure.
moment.
I
Go
want to
through the.
know
You
which
just.
way the wind's blowing today. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as I know that, then I can navigate. So, all right, guys. W, you still have your hand up, buddy. So, did you have something else to add? No, you're good. All right, good deal. We got Garfield Money. He's now our 800-pound gorilla in the group here. Good to see you. Powerful dollar on there. The world loves dollars, guys. The world loves dollars. Here in the Philippines, they love it here too. They love the U.S. dollar. So, right, Rosalie? Rosalie will tell you. She's in the Philippines. You like dollars, Rosalie? I don't know if she can hear me. Anyway, it's all good. Thank you all for coming to another one of our co-founder. I hope you guys had fun. I had fun today. It's a beginning. It's a new week. It's the end of the month, a new week. And you guys are in a powerful position. I just hope I woke some of you up. I think some of you are asleep. You don't realize how powerful the seat underneath your butt is right now. You're in the power seat, man, woman. Okay. You're in the power seat. You've been there and you don't even know it. Right. I hope you're getting more clear that you're in a place of power. And all you got to do is join me and project out what we want to be, right? Be part of that, right? Don't diminish it on what you think it is, right? That's counterproductive, right? Because you're always you're going to overcompensate and make it smaller than it actually is, okay? The problem with devaluation is that it's cruel, okay? Devaluation is always cruel. It always goes too far. So don't devaluate, okay, guys? Realize how big you are. Realize how big pool funding is. Realize what this will be as we come together and make it so, because we have power, so much power, and this group will get bigger and bigger, right? And then the bigger the group is, that will grow our power. Okay. So there you go. We'll leave it there. I'll go ahead and I don't know. Let's just have everybody just say it. I got the power. Okay, everybody just unmute and say, I got the power.
I got the
I got
power.
the power.
I got the power.
Get the power.
I got the power.
That's a good deal. All right.